It's been a while since I've done a proper CarStats comparison with a CarStats on-road score. So today I've got one of those comparisons for y'all, and it's going to be Germany versus Japan. Well, I know it's an oxymoron, but if you're not too fond of bulky compact SUVs, well, the Kushaq and the Elevate should be on your list. They're also built to last, have great engines, and handle like a dream. Let's start off with the external sizing, and well, both these cars and the Taygun are compact, at least for the segment. Though they have a similar wheelbase, the Elevate is longer, wider and taller, and apart from this, they also have similar wheel sizes with 16-inch steel rims on the lower trims and 17-inch alloys on the top trims. With the Kushaq though, you also have the option of 16-inch alloys on the Onyx variant, and on the top Monte Carlo variant, you get a very sharp dual-tone alloy with red brake calipers. The base classic variant of the Kushaq doesn't get a shark fin antenna, but with the Elevate, all variants get a shark fin antenna. Spoilers! Well, happy days ahead, because both these cars across all their variants get factory fitted integrated spoilers, and the Kushaq even offers dual tone spoilers on their Monte Carlo and Sportline variants. Let's talk about lights now, and the Kushaq doesn't get a rear connected tail bar lighting setup. The Elevate is the one which gets a connected tail bar, but, and this is a big but, it doesn't light up. It is merely a reflector. As for the best of my research, the half-hearted attempt at a connected tail bar is only available from the VX variant onwards. But please correct me if I'm wrong. At the front, the Elevate offers LED projector headlamps on all trims with LED fog lamps from the VX trim, whereas the base classic variant of the Kushaq gets halogen headlamps. However, it gets fog lamps from the Onyx trim onwards. Alright, that brings us to the end of the exteriors section. But like always, I'm not going to be giving points in the exteriors and interiors category, because that has a lot to do with personal choice and tastes and preferences. Well, first things first, neither of these cars are going to be as spacious as their Korean counterparts, especially at the rear seat. Things do get a bit narrow. So it is best for 4 souls on board and 5 will be a squeeze. But to help make it feel like you're in a roomier space, sunroofs are available on the VX and ZX trims of the Honda Elevate and from the signature trim onwards on the Kushaq. But it is a single pane sunroof on both these cars, and that is plenty if you ask me. When it comes to interior color schemes, the Elevate gets an all black option for the Black Edition vehicle. In the Apex Edition, you get a dual-tone ivory and black theme, and on the top of the line ZX variants, you get a tan brown and black combination, which I think looks best. For the base SV variant though, you get only fabric upholstery with a black and beige color combination. And on the V variant, you get the same black and beige color combination, but you get premium seats. With the Kushaq though, in its base variants especially, it is typical European styling, black and grey. But with the Sportline, you also get a different seat design. However, things get interesting with the top of the line Monte Carlo and Prestige variants, and if possible, I recommend checking these out in person to see if it suits your taste. My favorite though is what's available on the Monte Carlo variant. And with that, let's move to features. But before we move to the features section, smash that subscribe button and join the CarStats family on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We are almost there, and CarStats will hopefully have 1,000 subscribers by the time I put out my next video. Alright, features. Here I'm going to specifically speak about the top trims of these two cars, that is their maxed out versions. Both of them are well appointed with gizmos and tech. At least the important things are well covered in both these cars. Whether it's wireless charging, wireless connectivity, or paddle shifters, you're covered. The exclusive features on the Elevate include level 2 ADAS, a lane watch camera, a 360-degree camera, and a slightly larger infotainment display with 8 speakers. The Kushaq treats you to exclusive features like a powered driver's seat, ventilated front seats, a cooled glove box, and though it has a smaller infotainment display, it works and feels better than what's on the Elevate. The sound system is also of better quality. So this point goes to the Kushaq. It simply has more features. Though the Honda actually is not too far behind and also has level 2 ADAS. But Honda sensing will help the Elevate make a comeback in the next category. And that is safety. Well, both these cars are safe. 5 stars NCAP rating, 6 airbags as standard, and the usual electronic aids like ABS, EBD, and ESP, which is pretty much a standard these days. However, what isn't standard on the Kushaq is level 2 ADAS, which the Elevate gets. And trust me, over the next few years, level 2 ADAS will get mandated, and since the Honda Elevate already has it and is ahead of the curve, this point goes to the Honda Elevate. And not just safety, the Honda Elevate, at least by the looks of it, is a more practical car too. Apart from being slightly, very marginally roomier, it gets a larger boot and more ground clearance. But the Kushaq gets a smaller turning radius and a larger fuel tank. So when it comes to practicality, we have a draw between the two. Use this table to figure out your priorities and choose accordingly. Both these cars are available in a range of dual tone and monotone options, and these color options are variant specific. I'd recommend you use these slides to narrow down your preferences and check out these colors in daylight to see what will suit you best. Luckily, both these cars are available in black, the best color that a car can ever be painted in, but I do prefer the black Kushaq, especially because of its wheels. The contrasty alloy wheel design makes things much more pleasing for the eyes. That brings us to the final and most important part of this comparison, that is drivetrain. And after this, we will have a CarStats on-road score. And without wasting too much time, let's talk about what your engine options are. The Elevate gets only one option in the form of a naturally aspirated 1.5 liter 4-cylinder iVTEC. This is indeed a beautifully crafted motor and a lot of fun to rev and pace, but it won't be as punchy as the Kushaq. It will be fast though, thanks to a 120 horsepower and a 145 Newton meters of torque. The Kushaq, on the other hand, offers two engine options and both of them are turbocharged. It's either a 1 liter 3-cylinder or a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder petrol. The smaller engine puts out a 115 horsepower and a 178 Newton meters of torque, and the larger engine produces a meaty 150 brake horsepower with 215 Newton meters of torque. Let's now compare the manuals. First off, the mileage on the Kushaq is going to be nowhere close to what's indicated, and that's with all turbos. You can tune a turbo in such a way that it gives fantastic fuel economy with test cycle parameters. Having said that, expect single-digit numbers in both these cars during heavy traffic. The top-end Kushaq manual is more expensive than the Elevate, but the base variant is cheaper than the Elevate. Both these cars come with a 6-speed manual gearbox, and unfortunately, there is no manual gearbox option on the 1.5 liter Kushaq. Moving on to the automatics, the Elevate offers a 7-speed CVT, and the Kushaq with its 1 liter engine gets a 6-speed torque converter, and the 1.5 liter engine comes with a quick and sporty 7-speed DCT. So this point goes to the Kushaq. And tallying up all the points, the winner of this comparison is the Skoda Kushaq, and it is well deserved. It is better with features, drivetrain options, and is fairly practical too. Especially the 1.5 liter engine is going to be very spirited and fun to drive. But before you go, here are some of my thoughts on the Honda Elevate. It offers a plusher ride and a more commanding driver's seat thanks to a better ground clearance number. It is also marginally more spacious, has a larger boot, and if you want to have fun with it, skip the CVT. The CVT on both the Honda Elevate and the City are very well made, reliable transmissions. There's no doubt about that, but it sucks the soul out of the iVTEC engines. As for me, I'm going to put my money on a Honda Elevate VX variant with a manual gearbox. But what would you do? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see y'all next week.